Hi, this is Mike Zapsik from a Shared Universe podcast studio, and you're listening to Talking Codswallop podcast.
Hey, it's Taylor from Calling the Shots.
Hey, this is Steve from Calling the Shots.
Hey, what's up? It's Mike from the Pizza Beer Revolution podcast.
Hi, this is Derek D from PBR Podcast and DerekD.com, of course, and you are listening to Talking Codswallop. Talking Codswallop. How you guys doing? This is great. This is the POTUS. It's the President of the United States, Donald. You're looking to wall up the swallowing. That's what you're listening to. It's great. I gotta tell you, the swallow up of the wall is great. I love walls. And the cod wallop, it's swallop. Fantastic. You're listening to it. Wallops, cods. Fish, walls, swallows.
Welcome to this week's Talking Codswallop. I'm Gemma. No James this week. He says he's got the builders in, but personally I think he's masturbating. But...
Hi, here's Andy, and I think James is getting glory holes built.
No. Andy, you're back!
Guess who's back?
And you obviously heard some intro music for Andy not coming on anyone's back, just coming back.
I'll be doing lots of coming on backs, but that's a different story altogether.
We've told you before not to use the cats like that, Andy.
That's the only way I get them to wash themselves. And get their vitamin D up, and vitamin E even.
Is it because they like the salt?
Well, every animal likes a bit of salt, but it's more to get their protein and vitamin E levels up.
Makes sense. So, Andy, how have you been? I haven't spoken to you in God knows how long. Like a week. But in podcast world, it's been about a month or so now, hasn't it?
2 months, I think.
2 months, blimey.
I ain't been up to much, if I'm honest with you. Just injuring myself, doing a bit of decorating, and generally working my ass off at work. So it hasn't been fun and games, unfortunately. I haven't been doing any cruising, gay bars or seas otherwise.
No.
You know.
Oh, dear. So as you can tell, Andy's back.
Energy levels for podcasts going forward will now drop.
I'm almost certain we're going to pick those levels back up very soon. So, obviously, you've had an injury that I know all about, but what happened?
Yeah, it's a day in the life of Andy, that one. So, yeah, staying back at work waiting for some work to be carried out in our comms room, and I was out having a cheeky smoke with one of my colleagues. And I just said to the engineer, it'll be 10 minutes. So I was just hurriedly walking back up to the office whilst gas-bagging like a teenager to my colleague. And I walked full stride into a metal banister and caught myself under my ribs. And that was 3 weeks ago. And the bruising on my chest wall was still there. Thankfully, no ribs were broken. But yes.
But it was a very bad bruise, wasn't it? Bad bruising, I mean. Bad
bruising that you couldn't see, so I couldn't lift my shirt up and show people for sympathy because there was no visual.
Oh, man.
There was nothing there to show that I was injured other than visible wincing from me.
Do you know, that sucks even more, doesn't it? Because it's like, you know, if you've got something to show for it, then it's like, oh, people are actually going to give you sympathy, but otherwise people are just going to be like, stop moaning.
Yeah. Are you sure they're ibuprofen you're taking?
Yeah. Oh dear. But, you know, you're on the mend, so that's the main thing. Sleeping sat up.
Yeah. Not able to run. I missed the Birmingham Half Marathon on Sunday, and I will probably miss the Silverstone Half Marathon in November. So, yay. That'll teach me for being a twat.
Yeah, but these things happen, don't they? So you'll get ready for the other runs that I'm sure they're going to be in the future. So
yeah, I wanted to hit 32 kilometres by the end of the year. That's not going to happen. So I'm going to have to move that back until spring now.
Okay, well that's doable as long as you don't hurt yourself.
Yeah.
Or get a cold, or you know.
Yeah, it's frustrating because 2017 I ran 1,000 miles.
Yeah.
And 2018, 2019 I've struggled to hit about 600 miles. So it's been tough psychologically to get through because you can do it. It's just as I'm nearly 40, body's let me down.
Yep, exactly.
So you've got all this to look forward to.
Oh, I've got many a year yet ahead of me.
As you'll soon notice, and any old people listening can attest to, the years just speed up. Do you remember when the 6-week summer holidays at school felt like 6 months?
Yes. Yeah, I do. Yeah.
Now it feels like a week.
Do you know what though? I still enjoy the children, the summer holidays. Only not obviously because I'm a child anymore, but because the roads are so much clearer when I'm driving back and forth to work. It's so nice.
And it's half term at the end of the month.
Ooh.
So a little bit of bliss. So yeah, there's a 2-week window of reduced traffic where I am because the school's split up at different times.
Ah, okay, yeah. Well, yeah, because I think my trip, we're talking instantly about cars and trips to work, but yeah, my trip is in the summer holidays or any school holidays is 40 minutes. If it's, any time outside of that period, so basically all year round otherwise, it can be anything from an hour to an hour and a half.
Yeah, snap. I've got exactly the same.
Yeah.
And did you know, I only found this out last week,
Okay.
that the education department or what's enshrined in law is a minimum of 180 days of education. That's just the minimum.
Really? I didn't know that at all.
No, and actually that's just the minimum. You can do as many days and as many, after that as you like. And there's a school that's only does like at the moment the induction years. I think it's years 1 to 3. It's a private school with a bit of state funding. Anyone can go and set up a school now as long as you get the approval of the education board.
Mm-hmm. Which is probably easy to do.
Yeah. I can teach.
Yeah.
Do you want a cookie? Yes, my classroom is this van.
Oh, Andy.
this woman has set up her own school, and there is no half term. Basically, the children can take the holidays at the same time as their parents would at work, and they still cover the information, but they don't cram it all into such an intense period. And there's no such thing as homework, or there won't be such a thing as homework once they start getting the older kids coming in. Wouldn't that be bliss?
Yeah, that's what I was actually thinking, because there's nothing worse, because like my first job was in a hotel. So it was, and obviously the prices went skyrocketing when it was like the school holidays. But if that, if it was the case that holidays, were just when the parents took the holidays sort of thing, then for them, it's going to be so much cheaper, isn't it, to actually go on a family break? Yeah.
I mean, for us as commuters, single people commuting into the office, it's still going to be a ball ache.
Yeah. Yeah. But I can definitely see it from the other side of the coin, though, that it would be good for families and things.
And for us, people, whether you're in a relationship or not, but those people without ankle biters can happily take holiday in the summer months.
Yeah.
Knowing that, they can do that because, the parents haven't all booked off the 6-week lovely period of weather.
Yes. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I tend to I tend to miss out on the summer because of that, definitely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How many of our other non-ankle biting listeners also have the same problem at booking time off over the summer, I wonder?
Yeah, all put your hands up right now.
Or tweet us, or Instagram us, or Facebook us.
I think it's much funnier to put their hands up. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Are you asking for permission something, or is that your hand actually up there, Trevor?
Yes, you may go to the toilet.
Yeah, Nathan, you've always got your hand up.
Oh, talking about Nathan, who's missed you so much, Andy, by the way. I wanted to give him a little bit of love this week because he lost a family pet. So I wanted to send him a bit of love and cuddles, really, because he was having a bit of a hard time the other day. So,
Oh, I'm sorry to hear that, Nathan.
yeah. It was definitely very hard for him. So all the love in the world. I'm sure you would prefer this from Andy, of course, because he is your favourite.
Yeah. So, from all of us at the Talking Codswallop podcast, our deepest, sincerest sympathies go out to you and your family. And if things do get low, just give James a knock. He'll let you have a go in his glory hole. Yeah, but in all seriousness, Nate, I hope you're all doing well. And you can hold on to those memories.
Yeah, exactly. And another listener as well, Tim, he has had the toilet issue that I had a couple of weeks ago. So, at least he's getting better now, but...
Oh dear. Is that the water collar?
Yeah. It was, did you hear my song that I sang? Hello, toilet, my old friend. You remember that one?
Oh, the bit I skipped through. Dead silence.
Asshole. You fuckface, I've not missed you at all,
Well, who can miss this grumpy bumhole?
That was so funny because I was like, that was not anywhere better than grumpy arsehole, was it?
Yeah. Oh, you grumpy bumhole.
And prior to that, the week before, I definitely had a grumpy bumhole.
Yeah. Spitting everywhere.
Remember, guys, I'm single.
Hey, you too could wipe that ass.
Yeah. Right, talking about that, actually.
Wiping ass or being single? Or both?
It was kind of like, it was triggered by the being single part. A guy at work today turned around to me and said, "Do you know what, Gem? If you lost weight, you'd be really pretty." And I was like, I don't know how to take that. How do I take that, Andy? Is that an insult or a compliment?
That, I think, is what's known in the professional trade as a backhanded compliment.
Do you think so?
Yeah, I hope it showed in the back of your hand.
Yeah. I was like, what? I just literally was dumbfounded. I couldn't think of a comeback from that, which normally I'm pretty snappy and pretty good, but I was just like, thank you, I guess.
Well, actually, I'm not single. I get paid hundreds of dollars and people watch me eat. So There we go.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly.
I get to flick my vagina and I can flick it however I like.
But yeah, I was like, yeah, I couldn't fathom that. So maybe now I need to lose weight just to find out if he thinks, not that I'm interested in this guy one bit at all, because he's like the biggest arsehole, but he, yeah.
Can you not get sugar-free cream cakes and just sit there eating it in front of him?
No, but I could get sugar-free marshmallows, and let's face it, marshmallows are the best.
If you're weird.
What's wrong with marshmallows?
What's right with marshmallows?
Why don't you like marshmallows?
No, they're too squidgy and horrible.
Do you not like it at the roof of your mouth?
No.
It lingers in your mouth. Oh my God, you really are Eddie Pence,
Yeah.
Yeah, so people who listen to the Ralph Report are going to get that reference, because recently he said that he's got a thing about food being on the top of his mouth.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or there's nothing worse than bread being stuck to the roof of your mouth. When you bite into a fluffy sandwich and it just basically compresses into the top of your mouth. And you're going, out my mouth.
Did you have like a brace or something when you were a kid and it kept getting stuck underneath the brace or something? Or
No.
okay. No, it's just
I'm just a hippo that just takes a bite of his food and swallows it. So
Right, okay.
my mastication action as a child was not that good.
You did say mastication, everybody, not masturbation. He was very good at that.
Yeah. That's why I have a very strong right hand. It's like a death grip, but beautifully soft at the same time.
Ah, all that moisturizer.
That's it. Only natural moisturiser.
Yes, exactly. Yeah.
But I never have a sore throat.
Why?
Has no one ever told you that line?
No, I've never heard that line.
So sometimes people would say when a girl's got like a sore throat, say, I've got something that will clear that up, and then bumpers their flies.
Okay, yes, I do know now. I thought you meant in your case. Yeah, I was trying to think. What did you like? Aim it for your mouth or something?
No, I just took it off my shoulder.
Oh, of course, I forgot that it's like the size of an elephant's trunk.
It is an elephant's trunk. I just grafted it on.
Ah, I see. Oh, so no, we don't do cruelty to animals.
Oh, this is PETA.
Or Peter, like most people call.
Oh, here's one, right? The Americans say semi.
Yep.
But they never say demi for Demi Moore.
They don't.
So why can't they say semi?
Honestly, I don't know why the Americans say the words that they say.
Yeah.
Because there is no, in some cases, there's no reason for them saying certain things differently.
Yeah.
A bit like when they patronize. I'm like, it's patronize?
Yeah.
Don't patronize me. No, Actually, I'm going to patronize you.
No, I do data entry. I don't know what data is.
Yeah, exactly. Or, the fact that dispatch is spelt differently. Like, it's DIS.
Yeah, see, this is where we have to concede a little bit.
Why?
Because the Americans speak the original and spell with the original English, whereas our English has been bastardized with the influences from our soon-to-be distant cousins on the continent.
Yes. Yeah. 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 That's happening.
T-minus 15 days. Whoop, whoop, fuckers.
Yeah. Less than that when the episode drops, but yes.
Yes.
It's, 16 days, actually, isn't it?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so we have to add the one for the Halloween. I can't believe that they're doing that on Halloween.
Well, Boris is going around trick-or-treating, asking money to fill up the taxes.
Yeah, exactly. Do you actually think that we're going to be leaving the EU on the 31st of October?
I suspect so. It really is a flip of a coin at this point.
Yeah. Because I'm half expecting there to be another delay with it.
It depends what comes out, I guess, with the negotiations this week. So we've had to midnight on the night we are recording, which is the 15th.
Yeah.
So
spoiler
that was the latest. I know, hashtag. Yeah, but apparently the EU have given our government until midnight to come up with a sensible plan. And then I guess we'll find out tomorrow whether they've got anything sensible and what the EU's reaction will be.
Fantastic.
Yes.
I'm so sick to death of this subject. Not the fact that we've brought it up, but I'm so sick to the death of hearing about Brexit,
Did you watch any of the Parliament?
No.
Oh my God. If we all acted like that in meetings, we'd all be sacked on the spot.
Yeah. Oh, actually, I think I did because my mum's been watching a lot of it, like on YouTube and things like that. Is it the, where they were shouting out things and there was a lady came in who was connected to the Queen. Sorry, I'm not going to use the correct terms because I really don't know them. But she was connected to the Queen and it's supposed to be silence, but they were like shouting at the top of their voices.
I haven't seen anything this week. I was watching the debates just as they came back from some of the conferences. So when the Supreme Court said that proroguing Parliament was illegal, and there was a few motions put towards the House, and one of them was that he had to provide information on Operation Yellowhammer, which is how they're going to react in the event of a no-deal Brexit. And Boris Johnson's speech to the House was just completely shouted down and interrupted with pointless points of order. It was not how we expect our government to work, all that shouting and hooray Henry.
No, it's just, yeah, and the thing I was talking about was a couple of weeks prior, but, either way, but, yeah, you're correct. It's like, all I want is for them to all shut up, stop having their opinion. The majority of the, people voted to leave Brexit.
Yeah.
Leave Brexit, leave the EU. Okay. The two of us weren't part of that group, but nonetheless, it's got to happen. So I just want all the prime ministers to just suck it up and do something for this country, not compete with their battles.
Yeah, I mean, I'm pissed off that only a third of the country have put us in this situation, and you're right, and that was the majority of the people who bothered to get off their fucking asses to vote.
Yeah,
won the vote, and I was pissed off, and I wanted a referendum, but right now, just rip the band-aid off. You've got three options: the deal that Theresa negotiated, no deal, or dear Mr. Juncker, can we have our letter back, please?
Yeah, which they're never going to do.
It's never going to do. So you've got two options, effectively. Theresa May's deal, which is what the EU have agreed to, and we have to live with the consequences of what happens in Northern Ireland and what other parts of the kingdom then decide to do, or crash out with no deal, and let's just see what happens. But all this backwards and forwards.
I know. It's doing my flipping ned in. Yeah.
So,
yeah. Anyway, let's get off of politics. I mean, God, how many other podcasts are out there that you could start talking about jizz and elephant-sized willies, or penises, dicks, whatever you want to call them, to then talk about politics, who are also willies and dicks.
Yeah. Of the biggest order. Yeah,
definitely. So there's not many podcasts out there that can flip from one conversation so easily to another.
Yeah. It's all that cum just sliding around.
Yeah, let's face it. We're the talented ones.
James doesn't know what he's missing. He'll just be sat there in shocked silence.
I know, right? Let's face it. If he was here, he'd be in shocked silence right now anyway.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying, yeah.
Yeah. It's so funny. It's so funny behind the scenes seeing James's reactions to things. A little sneak behind the curtain here. We got a Facebook DM, haven't we?
Yeah.
Where, certain things get posted in there and we chat about other things that related to the show and sometimes just in general, which drives Andy mad, but he's going to have to suck it up, princess.
That's what the mute button's there for.
Exactly. Yeah. At least you're not part of another group that I cannot really mention. But if Jay Ray from Politics with Dummies is listening, he knows which one I'm talking about. There's a group on Twitter that I'm part of. And it's every morning I'm waking up to 150 messages and I'm like, oh my God. Oh. It sucks the soul right out of me, but the things we have to do to promote the show. But yeah, it's like, with regards to James, we'll put stupid things in, there's currently a GIF going around with our faces on, which was created by Graham Arnold. Thank you, Graham.
Yes, thank you, Graham, for such a wonderful job, you bastard.
It's hilarious. But there's this fish that flies out of the water and hits us in the face. And originally he wasn't gonna do one for me because he was he was gonna save me, and I was like, nah, you better have, just so the guys have got something. But I don't know about you, Andy, but I was literally snorting with laughter when I first saw it. You may not have had exactly the same reaction, but you did at least laugh, didn't you?
I LOL'd.
I mean, that's as good as a laugh for Andy. Yeah. But James was like, oh.
Indeed.
What was it? Yeah, that was it.
Yeah.
Indeed.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh my God. He's the sensible one, and he's the grumpy one, and I'm just the bubbly, idiotic one. Yeah. Oh. But he has stopped using thumbs up, so he's very good. He only uses it occasionally, so he's done very, very well with that.
But now it's just indeed.
He does use words like a big boy now, so.
Yeah, he's just gone to 2 syllables.
Oh dear.
Oh, bless him, James. See, this is why you shouldn't leave us alone, James.
No, exactly. So let's face it, while Andy was away, we were picking on him, or should I say I was picking on him. And now James is away, the two of us are picking on him.
Yeah. I mean, let's cut him some slack. He is up the north, so, he's probably absolutely atrocious weather up there. And he's walking sideways to get back to his house.
Probably, but he has got those glory holes to look forward to when he gets home.
Yep.
Yep.
He's just got to traffic some people in to man them.
I thought it was the mice that were looking after it.
No, apparently he couldn't dull their teeth enough. They were too sharp.
Oh, no.
He likes the velvet glove treatment.
Yeah.
To go with his Lord of the Manor status. He just presents it on a velvet cushion.
Maybe that's what he actually does. He's actually got some gloves in the holes and he just back and forth. They're just tight enough.
Jeez, bring me the mint lube.
I fancy a tingle tonight.
Yeah. I'm going to make a mojito.
Oh, God. I don't think I can ever drink a mojito again now.
A little bit more salt, I think.
Oh, God. I missed you.
Did you miss me, listeners?
No. Yeah, of course I did. Well, Nathan did.
Yeah.
That's 1/5 of our listeners anyway.
That's it.
Not really. We've got thousands and millions of them.
Yes. Oh, dear.
Oh my God, we just jinxed 1, 2, 3, but we can't 1, 2, 3 because we're on a podcast and we need to keep talking. But yes, we did just jinx. So Andy, I don't know if you recall, but we have a segment called What a Load of Codswallop. Did you happen to have any Codswallop this week?
Yes, I do.
There's a surprise.
This is a dated one.
Okay.
So while I was on sabbatical, I was driving home from work and there's roadworks. So average speed cameras, 50 miles an hour. And that's it for 20 miles. So I'm in the third lane. First and second lane is absolutely chock-a-block. I've got cruise control on and I'm just, going down the line slowly. There's a bit of like getting up to someone's quarter and then they speed up a bit and then you drop back, but there's not enough space for you to pull in. So, you're just like, oh, fucking come on.
Yep.
Anyway, there's a van that comes up behind me halfway down and starts trying to push me along.
Ugh, I hate that.
I know, and I'm like, fuck you. And then as we passed one of the 50 signs, I stuck my hand out the window, did a bit of a twirly finger, pointed at the sign, and then gave him the bird. And,
turned out it was an ambulance.
Yeah. Quit flashing me with your blue fucking lights, dickhead. And so anyway, you get about a mile or so down the road, and there's like a 3-car gap. And I came off cruise control to slip into the gap, as you do.
That's what she said.
Well, that's what he did.
Yeah.
He cuts up a light good vehicle, one of the small LGV 13 tonners.
Yep.
And proceeds to undertake me. So I put my foot down, and he pulled straight into me.
Oh my God!
Into my brand new fucking car.
Oh my God! Is your car okay?
It was just it was quarter to quarter panel. He had a 6-inch piece of plastic come off of his van. I had my wheel arch staved in, part of my bumper now protrudes out because the plastic cracked. So that's going in tomorrow to be repaired. So my codswallop is dickhead drivers who have fuck all patience.
Oh my God, yeah. And did I assume you didn't pull over and exchange details and stuff like that?
We did, yeah.
Yeah. So you're making him pay then, yeah?
We've made a claim, and I'm leaving it to the insurance companies to decide who is liable, because he's got video footage. So I was like, well, load it up, but I want the start of your journey to the very end of your journey.
Yeah, especially with me flipping you off.
Which would include me flipping me off, but it would also include him hoofing onto the motorway and hoofing up to my backside, us having the accident, us then pulling over, and then him hoofing off down the roadworks, going over the speed limit. And I did say to my insurance company, if you can, I don't know whether it's possible, but just ask the Highways Agency for all the timestamps for his registration as they pass through the cameras.
Yeah, definitely.
Because even if he didn't trigger an NIP, the notice of intended prosecution, they are set distances apart. So there is you're either going too fast or too slow.
Yeah.
That's it. The timestamps would say exactly how long it took you to get through and how long it should take at 50 miles an hour. I doubt they will be able to give it because it's not a civil or criminal case. But, I just thought, well, fuck it,
Yeah. Yeah, because I know which road, I think I know anyway which road you're referring to, because it's like on a constant 60 or 50 mile an hour motorway, isn't it?
Yeah, for 20 miles while they're doing this so-called smart motorway bullshit.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. But, yeah, no, that's not on at all. But I was going to say maybe, yeah, with regards to obviously your certain incident with the bruised ribs, could that possibly be a claim?
No, because that was the 9th of September. I bruised my ribs on the 29th of September.
Oh, bollocks.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a shame, isn't it? In a way. Yeah, because that could be another thing.
Yeah.
So, but how's your neck and how's your back at the moment, Yeah.
Unfortunately, I did tell the claims company that, no, I'm all good.
Well, I was going to say, because, and this is like a genuine thing now, but when I had my accident, I was okay at first. But then, I'm not trying to get you to diddle the system or whatever. Initially within the first sort of 24 hours, I was absolutely fine. But then the shock kind of wore off. And then I was like, whoa, hold on a minute. I'm really not okay here. My back was proper fucked up, so.
Yeah, but you were taking up the rear.
Yes, I was.
Whereas mine was a front quarter to rear quarter impact. So
yeah,
it was. Yeah, if I'd got whiplash, that would have had to have been some violent backwards and forwards, and I would have been into the barriers. So yeah.
Well, I for one, at least, I'm glad that you're here to tell the tale, and I'm sorry to hear that your new car has got some damage to it, but hopefully that gets repaired very quickly. So
4 to 5 days, they reckon. So it's drivable. I've been driving it ever since. It's just the wheel arch is dented and the plastic on the bumpers sticking out. So yeah.
Is it more of a material thing then? You want to get it sort of fixed because obviously it
yeah.
No.
Yeah, I'm driving around in a 2019 plated car with accident damage.
Yeah, I get that. Oh, but it's not your fault. So
it's not. No, I was thinking of getting a sticker to put on this to say this wasn't me. This was someone pulling into me.
It's just get a sticker saying, "What a load of codswallop."
Yeah. I wouldn't want to ruin my car.
Fuck off. She said, mouthing it into a microphone.
Yeah.
Just for the listeners to hear. Fuck off.
Yeah. Who is this shitty Talking Codswallop podcast anyway?
I don't know.
3 wannabe Brits.
Yeah, 3 Brits that think they're really good at something, but the numbers don't show different.
Yeah.
But fuck it, they enjoy it. Oh,
we do this for ourselves.
Yeah, we do. That's why we got 3 listeners.
That's it. And if you don't like it, fucking Tom, Jerry, and Jane, piss off. This is our show, and we'll do it the way that we want to.
Exactly. That I agree with.
If you could find your way to sending us £100 each, that'd be awesome. On a monthly basis.
Yeah, that would be good because that would cover costs. Like,
they don't get anything from it apart from a free episode each week.
Yeah, exactly. Well, those people, if they wanted to pay us £100 per week or per month, I can't remember which one you said, but yeah, if they want to, I am happy to give them maybe a little bit of access, like maybe an hour or 2 beforehand.
Yeah, I think I'll have to check the group chat, but I'm sure James said he would man the glory hole for them.
Yeah. I've heard that as well, actually. I do vaguely remember that.
Yeah, we'll have to troll back through the 1,500 messages since yesterday.
Yeah, and don't worry, chaps and chapesses, because, ladies can use it too.
Yeah, he's got a very long tongue, apparently.
He's got a very long tongue, but also he can remove those gnashes, so...
Or leave them in, whatever floats your boat.
Yeah, if you like a little nibble, or if you just want a good old suck. Yeah. James is the man for you.
If you prefer the crunchy apple approach, he can do that, or he can suck you like an ice lolly.
James, I didn't know you were here. Oh, he's going to be gutted when he listens to this episode.
Yeah, might just be the two of us from now on.
It might be. Talking about traffic incidences, because, we'll go back to James in a few moments, I'm sure. But, to follow up on my codswallop that I had a couple of weeks back, well, actually, it was about a month ago now, of me getting caught speeding, which you probably heard the episode when I talked about it, but you...
Oh, yes, that was one of my points of order.
Yeah. I was so pissed off because, like I said at the time, it was, the speed of the road literally just changed. Mm-hmm. So it'd gone down to 40, but if I'd have, if it had been still 50, I was 2 miles an hour under the limit, which I was like, I've got now 3 points on my license.
Oh, so they didn't even give you any grace period. Because they've just, what they've just done on one of the roads locally to me is it was 40. Mm-hmm. But now they've, made it a 30. And the justification is it's got street lights and it's it's not residential, but it backs onto a residential area.
Yeah. Okay.
And their justification for not putting any speed signs up is to say, well, it's a lit street.
Yep.
And therefore it's 30. If there are no speed signs, it's a 30 mile an hour limit. But there's a speed camera on it, so. Yeah.
That's not fair, is it? It's not fair at all, but yeah, it's like, I was really gutted though, because it's like, this is in all the years that I've driven, I think it was like 20 years or whatever it is now, that it's, my first 3 points on my license. And I'm like, no.
Imagine how I feel. I haven't had any insurance for 4 years because I haven't been driving while I was in Germany.
Yeah.
So they've treated me like a 19-year-old boy.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
So you're paying through the nose for your insurance then?
Yeah, I'm paying 900 quid for my insurance this year. So I should be paying about 600 max.
Is that because of the type of car you've got, an Audi?
No, it's just I've got to all intents and purposes, my no claims history prior to me leaving to Germany has expired.
Yeah.
So
that's a bummer.
I'm an unknown risk. It's like I am not an unknown risk. You can see my history.
You can now see my history and the fact that I've had a car for like 2 months or 4 months or whatever, and it's already nearly written off.
Yeah, exactly. But it wasn't my fault, Gov.
No, exactly.
unless the video just says otherwise.
This guy flipped me off, so I just decided to take his bumper off. Yeah. I don't know why the guy in the van is going to sound like that, but oh my God, he is.
He was from Weston. Is that in your neck of the woods?
No, probably not.
Supermare?
No. I think that's somewhere between the two of us.
Yeah. Borderlands.
Yeah, I think it's about an hour and a half, 2 hours away.
Yeah. So he's from the mare and he was driving like a fucking mare.
Yeah. A super mare.
Yeah.
That might be an episode title.
Yeah.
Driving in the super mare.
Driving like a super mare.
Yeah. There you go.
All right, job done. See you next week, guys.
I think we've been talking enough Codswallop this week. No, not yet. Have I got any Codswallop this week? I don't think I have. No, I don't think so, because it's been so busy at work, so I haven't really been thinking about anything that's pissed me off, because I've been thinking about the fact that,
do you not use your lovely, wonderful colleague's comment to you as a general codswallop?
Well, yeah, I suppose that would be. But I think said that on mic though, didn't I?
Yeah, you did.
Yeah, so
You can always cut that out and move it over.
yeah, oh, thank you. Do you want to
Not telling
edit
you how
this
to,
podcast?
yeah, not telling you how to suck eggs or anything. Similarly connected, did you see the outgoing chief medical officer's little statement about tackling child obesity and public transport?
No.
So our outgoing chief medical officer suggested that one way to tackle childhood obesity is to prevent people from eating on public transport.
I did hear about this. Yes, sorry, I did hear about it. I've not seen anything about it, but somebody mentioned it in the office.
I mean, oh my fucking God. Get a grip, love.
Yeah.
And now she's saying that all fast food outlets should have a maximum calorie count in their meals of 900.
I kind of agree with that a little bit.
Then, like your Big Mac meal, that's a no-go.
Yeah.
A 3-piece KFC meal, I think it's a no-go.
All of it is a no-go, really.
Your Starbucks pumpkin latte macchiato bullshit is a no-go.
Yeah.
You'll be amazed how much stuff is over 1,000 calories.
Yeah, definitely. And, well, to be honest, because, like, I do the occasional, stop off at McDonald's to pick up my brekkie on the way to work, you know, as we both do. But, yeah, it's like, there's a KFC right next door. And the smell of that, when they're really piping out the smell sort of thing, I almost feel sick from the smell of it because it smells so greasy and horrible, you know.
But you said a key word, you occasionally.
Yeah, exactly. So, but, you know, people should be able to do whatever they want on public transports. Well, within reason, you know, but they should be able to eat.
I mean, there was a good example. Okay, so a family of 4 going from London to Scotland, what are they supposed to do?
Yeah, exactly.
When they're on a train?
It's bad enough you can't smoke on a train, isn't it?
Yeah.
I mean, obviously that's been many, many years, but I don't know. I really miss that smoking carriage sometimes.
Yeah, I know. It's great when you travel abroad, like to Europe, and they've got smoking bits in the on-air side where you can go and smoke.
Yeah. Or when I was traveling back from Tampa, Florida, and the fact that they had a smoking bit that I could do in the airport, that I could actually just go in. Oh my God. I felt like I was in heaven.
Yeah.
I thought
Birmingham
it was amazing.
Airport have got a smoking area.
Have they?
Yeah. It's behind one of the restaurants.
Yeah. I'm thinking on it. Southampton has as well, because
Yeah.
that's one of the closest ones to me.
It's just those la-di-da ones in London.
Bloody London.
Yeah.
London.
The ones that do the big long-haul trips where you've got probably 25% of the passengers are smokers and you're locking them into a tube for 14 hours.
Yeah, exactly. And beforehand, you have to be at the airport at least 3 hours before. So, you know.
Yeah.
Oh, God. You have to put 2 patches on to catch up with that one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, and that's before you've even got to get the rubber gloves.
Oh, yeah. Talking about London, a bit of news for our listeners, but also more exciting news for us. Next weekend, James and I will be attending MCM London Comic Con.
Whoop, whoop.
Very excited about that. And Andy's ticket has gone to one of our lovely listeners who is going to be helping out for the day.
You're going up to see your boyfriend.
I am. Simon Pegg is going to be there. Oh my God, I can't wait. I've got a gift for him, which I don't want to spoil it for anybody, and also I kind of don't want to give it away because other people might then copy me and I will be really disappointed. But I'll tell you off mic.
But don't tell James because I want it to be a surprise for James as well.
Yeah, okay.
And then he's got to record you giving the gift so we can get his and yours and Simon's reaction, but mainly his.
That sounds like a good idea, definitely.
Maybe get Lucy to record it, but just don't talk over her when she's doing it.
Or Lucy's not going to be there.
That joke is wasted.
Yeah. I know what you were referring to, but yes, Lucy isn't going to be our special guest. You know, I think it's kind of something very unique. So like I said, I'll, maybe at the end of this, we'll turn the cameras on and I'll show you what I've got. But yeah, I can't wait. Simon Pegg.
You're going to be so in love.
I am, but I'm also probably going to be bitterly disappointed because the lines are going to be huge for him. That's why I'm kind of umming and ahhing whether I should go the 2 days or not. You know, we'll see.
There's There's a lot of those latex Power Rangers there.
Yes, there is. Also, another person that I'm very excited to see as well is a comic book artist called George Perez. And I've got a Avengers book that I want him to sign because he did the sort of the artwork on the cover. I think he probably did the artwork in the book as well.
Cool.
Yeah, he's quite a big deal in the comic book world, so I'm quite looking forward to seeing him too. But of course, I'm just looking forward to seeing anybody who's there as well and all the cosplayers and stuff. So that should be fun.
And all the Talking Codswallop t-shirts.
And all the Talking Codswallop t-shirts, yeah. Which we need to sort of maybe promote as well, because we have got t-shirts for sale as well, haven't we, Andy?
We have, in all sorts of sizes.
Yes. And one of them's in pink.
Is that the deluxe version?
It's just I brought one in pink colour, because I was going to give it to, well, I brought two, because I wasn't sure of a friend's size. So I brought two of them in pink because she absolutely loves that colour. So, yes, all the rest are black though.
What size is the pink one? Or are you not giving that away?
I would give it away, but I can't remember. I think it's extra large.
So one lucky listener could bag themselves a limited edition rare pink t-shirt.
Yeah, definitely. And normal price of these t-shirts would be £20, but because we love you guys so much, we want to knock off some money off of these t-shirts, and yeah, we'll sell them for like £15. And obviously postage on top. So, but I'll put a little post up. I'll do like a little picture-y type thing so that we can post it up on social medias. But if you are interested and you did want to buy a t-shirt from us, then email talkingcodswallop@gmail.com. Obviously give us your size and whatnot, and we can then go from there.
Yes.
Yeah.
Get them while they're hot.
Yeah, indeed. And, you know, then you could look as cool as me, Andy and James. And Nathan, actually, because Nathan's got one.
Sorry, just slightly distracted by the cat. Because you make me turn the water fountain off, Lacey was just looking at it, switched off. I just turned it back on and she walked away.
You can turn it back off again then for audio purposes.
Oh, yeah. Oh, she's sulked upstairs.
Oh, Dale, she could just lick out the toilet, can't she?
No, because the lid's down. Because apparently I've been well trained.
Oh, I was going to say you're a bachelor, though.
Yeah.
You're allowed to have the toilet seat up in your own house.
It's a lifestyle choice.
Okay.
And I've decided that, you know, I need to keep bad habits going and put the seat down.
Okay, well, that's fair enough. But on that note, actually, yes, we've just promoted t-shirts. Now we're going into toilet talk. But, again, how many other podcasts do that? But I have a question for you. Mm-hmm. That if, okay, pretend for 1 second that you did have the toilet seat up because obviously you're a bachelor, you're allowed to. Mm-hmm. It's your own house. You then go into somebody's house. It is an all-female house. Would you then put the seat down or would you leave it up?
I would leave it how I found it.
Yeah. Okay, cool. Because I would equally do the same. So like if I came to your house, for example, and the toilet seat was up, obviously to use it, I wouldn't leave it up, but I would then leave it back in the position that it was because it is your house.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now, some households don't flush at night. If it's yellow, let it mellow.
Yep. If it's brown, flush it down.
Exactly. Now, if you are unaware of what the household etiquette is and you forgot to ask, what do you do?
I would flush.
Yeah. I try to do the quietest flush possible.
Yeah, me too. Yeah. Yeah, definitely.
Push it down really slowly. And just hope it's not one of those noisy ones that sort of sounds like a jet engine.
Yeah. Yeah, and then like all of the pipes in the house rattle. But then, yeah, there's the other side of the coin that obviously say, you know, you came round to my house and we had the toilet seat down, but then you used it and left it up and it was dead of night and I went to use the loo expecting the toilet seat to be down. There's a potential chance that I could be sitting in toilet water.
Yep. At least it'll be clean for a while.
Well, not if you've got the policy of let it mellow.
It's very good at antibacterial.
That's a very good point. It does get rid of stitches, so...
Yep.
But I don't really want to smell like somebody else's wee, let alone my own.
It's marking your territory.
Yeah. And do you find that it's a very successful day if when you pee, it comes out clear? You've drunk enough water.
In my case, enough Coke and coffee.
Oh, so yours is always brown then?
No, it's just generally clear.
Ah, okay, cool. Good to know. I'm glad that I brought that didn't really eke out into a conversation, did it?
No.
I'm not really sure where I was going with that, but I just wanted to, So, Andy, what should we talk about next?
Oh, I don't know.
Oh, should we have a story of the week?
Yeah.
Yeah? Did you want to find one? Because your stories are always much better than mine.
Oh, I did find one earlier, but I think, as I said, didn't really sort of take us anywhere. It was the bag of dildos.
Yeah, which sounds much better than it was.
Yeah. So if you've lost a massive bag of dildos, they've been found in Somerset.
Oh, they're mine!
Yeah. Residents in a town in Somerset have been left shaken. Yeah. After a bag of sex toys was discovered dumped on the side of the road. How backwards is Somerset, Gem, if you're shaken by a bag of sex toys? Have you only just got elastic trickery down there? Yeah, have you heard about that new thing? You push that switch and that light comes on. Magic, I tells you. Magic.
Oh, it gave me a funny feeling.
Well, there was a buzz about the town of Bridgewater as people tried to work out who they belong to.
Oh yeah, because the person that actually owns them is actually going to own up after it's been all over the news.
That's it. There is rampant speculation around the town about the pink and purple dildos that were left next to a drain up the rear passage of a branch of Nat West.
Oh my god.
Oh, the puns get better.
Oh really? Go on then.
Richard Lees took a picture of the abandoned sex toys, but nobody has come, C-U-M, forward to admit to owning them. There were up to 10 vibrators discovered among the haul, varying in size. It's not known if they've been used or still work. On the local newspaper Facebook page, people seemed more bothered about the quality of the paper bag or cardboard box that was used to contain the sex toys.
Oh god.
Yeah.
That's ridiculous. Oh, but yeah, definitely I can see why that would create a buzz. I don't know, if you were the owner of said bag, would you go in and sort of claim your property back, or would you just leave it?
No, they were dumped behind Nat West for a reason.
Yeah, exactly. I can see a picture of them now, actually.
Yeah.
The quality of the bag is not great at all. I'm wondering if somebody broke into Ann Summers or something.
Yeah.
The bag split. I was like, oh shit. It's a bit like one time. It's kind of connected, but not really. So obviously, ladies have to have a certain sanitary item for the certain time of the month. But I was probably only about 19, 20, something along those lines. And I was in a nightclub and I was fiddling about in my bag, trying to find my wallet or whatever it was, as I was walking up the stairs. And, one of these items then fell out of my bag. This guy was so sweet because he just picked it up and handed it. I think you've dropped this, being really sweet. And I was like, oh no. I was like, every part of me was like, I want to die.
Oh, bless.
I was like, thank you.
Sharp exit out the door.
Yeah.
It's a glow stick.
Oh no, it was more of a pad for me, but yeah.
I've got stitches. Is this my plaster?
Yeah. Oh, I've got. No, I won't go there. Gross. Oh my god. Man had tweezers stuck in his urethra for 4 years.
Oh yeah, I didn't read that story. That would look too painful.
Okay. Do you want me to read it then?
Yeah, you can read that one. Let me just take my headphones off.
No, you have to leave them in. Doctors have taken part in a delicate operation to remove a foreign object from inside a man's penis. The patient, 22, oh, poor bugger, he's only 22 as well.
And he's had them in there for 4 years.
Oh my god, yeah. What's that make him? 18?
Yeah.
17?
That's A-level students. They'll do anything to get out of an exam.
Exactly. You know how when you're an actor and they sort of say, oh, you just, pinch your leg or pinch a certain other area, to sort of make you cry. Maybe he was doing that with tweezers and it went very wrong.
Makes me wonder what he was after to want to need to use the tweezers. Was it like the woman who swallowed the fly, who swallowed the spider to catch the fly?
Perhaps she'll die.
Yeah.
So the patient, 22, ironically, who has not been named, claims he did not suffer any pain since he inserted a pair of tweezers into his urethra 4 years earlier. Doctors applied pressure on either side of the penis to keep the 2.7-inch what is the next line? Tweezers. Yeah. Closed while squeezing them out from the base of the shaft. Oh, are your legs crossed yet, Andy?
Yep.
Yep. If they removed them while they were still open, the sharp ends could have damaged a certain area. Oh, dear.
Oh, I'm feeling queasy.
Yeah. Oh, there's a picture as well. It is now known why he inserted the tweezers into his manhood, but some men enjoy putting items in their penises while masturbating. So, Andy, what do you put in yours?
A bunch of flowers. It's a vase.
Or it could be a bit like, with a clown with a magic trick, with the flowers that come out.
Yeah. But at my age, it's more like dust, but, Yeah.
Or a bit of, that really end of the toothpaste.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a bit asthmatic.
This practice is called, is known as sounding. Didn't know that. Oh, God, there's an actual picture of what he did. Oh, blah, 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 blah. It's probably a good thing you're not reading this.
Yeah.
Any more to this story? La, 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 la. I think we've pretty much got the gist of what he did. So, yes. Oh, my God, after doing it for 4... Why would you walk around for 4 years? I mean, okay.
Well, he's a man, we never go to the doctors.
No, I know, but...
My arm is fine. It's still attached by a nerve ending.
Yeah, the one, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. But seriously, that's really wrong, isn't it? It's okay, fair enough, he did it, and something probably went wrong, and, he didn't really want to sort of keep it in there. But you'd think that maybe, I don't know, a year after it happening, go in, not 4 years after. Well,
probably what happened, he stuck it up there, and then he got a text message. You know what the youth of today are like. When their phone goes off, they've got to answer it, and they probably got into a group chat and then completely forgot about it. And then over the last 4 years, yes, he's had pain when he weed and ejaculated, but he just I'll go to the doctors next week, and then another message comes into group chat and he forgets all about it.
Yeah, I imagine that is exactly the reason why this has been delayed. Yeah.
And now he's in a long-term relationship. He's got a dutiful partner who is now just nagged him to go to the doctors for his own good.
Yeah, because she keeps getting spiked.
Yeah.
And
I love it and everything, but can you stop plucking my hairs every time we have sex? I can shave beforehand. Just tell me what you want.
Oh, and it's a right bugger when he goes into an airport as well.
Yeah.
It's beep, 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 beep.
Sir, you need to put that in a plastic bag.
I cannot. Yeah, he's going through the scanner. The bags go through, and it's like going back and
he
forth.
gets shunted off down the alley of shame.
Yeah.
Whose partner is this? Whose partner is this? Did you pack them yourself? Did anyone ask you to carry anything in your boyfriend? Could anyone have tampered with your boyfriend?
Oh dear. Oh, so this just basically proves that people are stupid.
Mm-hmm. Well, men. boys.
I wouldn't just say men and boys. I'd say that people. Yeah. Because females are darn stupid as well.
Yeah.
You know.
But they don't tend to go to the local press and brag about it.
You're probably right there, to be honest.
Yeah.
But I can imagine how many A&E situations there's been where cucumbers are certain is stuck certain areas.
Well, I seem to vaguely remember you had a nurse on as one of your first guests. Didn't she tell some stories about things that shouldn't be in the human body but were?
She certainly did. Yes. Yeah. So, that was very, very disturbing.
Yeah.
So,
well, I soon got off of my seat after that conversation. I didn't want any embarrassing trips to A&E.
But yeah, that was it was a friend of a nurse. But yeah, certainly, definitely, there was some horrendous things that, have been found, let's say. So I don't know about you, Andy, but I think that's a good place to end this episode. What do you think?
Yes. Before you start giving me ideas.
Or I start getting ideas for episode 100.
Yeah, for James.
For James, yeah. And that's why he's practicing with his glory holes.
Yeah. Now, using only your tongue and teeth, you need to insert these objects into those members. It's the modern day apple bobbing, James.
Yeah, absolutely. This is his new Halloween games, definitely.
Yeah.
But you too, if you wanted to spend £100, you too can go to James's house and help him relieve himself.
Bobble, bobble. But it's nearly Thanksgiving. And James can be giving lots of thanks. Whipping out his little Mayflower.
You know, if he was here, he'd probably be like, a little less of the,
Indeed.
a little less of, yeah, he wouldn't be saying little less of the, little. He'd be, yeah. Indeed.
Indeed. Jeeves, they are taking the mick out of me again.
Yes. You know what? You two are absolutely crazy. Why are you even laughing? Oh my god, it looks like I'm going to have to look after this podcast all on my own and talk bollocks for a few minutes.
Dear.
Oh, dear.
I'll tell you, the silence after Captain Birdseye, it was deafening.
Oh, I know. Do you know, though, that was kind of partly my favourite bit during it, because it was like me and you were just literally on the floor killing ourselves laughing. And then James is like, hello? Is anybody there? What happened?
I mean, it was funny, but...
Yeah, like, I don't know. That's more my voice for you, but yeah. Anyway, Andy, I think we've been talking enough Codswallop this evening. I have been Gemma.
Resounding silences, James. And I've been Andy.
Yay! It's lovely to have you back. Woo!
It's great to be back. Now take the gun off my head.
That's not my gun.
Oh, that's why it's moist.
It's a penis with some tweezers.